Hey all, it's Nikos here, and we are going to do our weekly Forex outlook for October the 15th to October the 19th. I will start with the GBPCHF, and before I forget, remember to share, like, and comment on the video below. So, GBPCHF weekly chart, we know we had major support. We have major support down here. Price did not actually reach this area. It stopped somewhat in the middle. We had some lows in summer 2016 and it bounced off there. Since then, it is moving up. It also broke our trend line and it's now heading for the previous highs, some areas of resistance back in 2017 and 18. And we still have about 100 plus pips or points, or longer term about it's the 200 EMA here, about 400 points before it's reaching the next area of resistance. So far it still looks like a weekly short 1 to 3, but because the price did close above the 36 EMA, we might want to check some long setups still. Let me just go to the daily charts by drawing the volatility line. There's no retracement yet. You can see all those previous lows in combination with this high, and those touches might result into some bounces here. Let me just see quickly. Here we go. As long as the price is over the 36 EMA, we are not touching any shorts unless you're doing the bounce trading, double tops, placing an order, or looking for lower time frame entries. If not, wait for confirmation. That means below that line and below the 36, a potential lower high, something like that, and then start looking for the shorts. If price is bouncing there, I have to redraw the line closer to the 36. Here we go. So if we get this break, or maybe a bounce on here and the lower high here, then we want to look for the shorts only with that line and the 36 EMA breaks. Otherwise, we're still focusing on the longs, but we are not taking any longs on the higher time frame because we still expect a bounce, and that means price is creating a wedge in this area so far, and if we see the bounce and price moving higher, we're not going into any longs before the break of resistance. If you want to trade the bounces of this line and want to go long to get some profits before it's reaching those highs or before it's creating a lower high, then you want to do this, of course, on the lower time frame only. It means a 2 to 3 line break, maybe on Monday. There's a spiky candle, maybe some setups on the 50-minute charts. Right now the market is closed. It's Sunday, so wait for this 1 to 3 over here and then target this line if you see the volatility. Otherwise, wait for the breaks. Okay? New Zealand dollar. This is GBPCHF. So now let's check the New Zealand dollar yen. Here's my trend line, and I also see the trouble we have down here on support. On the weekly chart, we had already 3 touches. We have triple bottoms in combination with those lows. So technically, we expected already. We were talking about this potential bounce, and it is happening right now. What we can do as a bounce trade is just placing a trade on Monday. This candle closed high, so placing account protection order below here, getting in here, and then really trying to, let me redraw the line, trying to target the previous lows here, targets up here, and longer term targets, the resistance line up here. For setups on lower time frames, check the 4-hourly chart. Wait for that higher low. And we have that already. So what we need now, because we have kind of a range here. We want to see the break out of here. So let the price move high, and then we can look for longs either on this 4-hourly chart or lower time frames to target the middle of the range or the extension, like the big range visible on that daily chart. Okay, GBP US dollar quickly bounce on major resistance, touch on the 200 EMA. Here's a wedge on this daily chart. We can draw a trend line on the 4-hourly chart to make it easier on the eye. It is still resistance, the 36 EMA. It didn't reach the previous highs, so we don't know. Will we see a break or bounce? If we see the break and it's spiking on Monday or Tuesday, we take longs, lower time frames, maybe 1-hourly charts, 50-minute charts to go for the high or the next high. The previous high is coming here from September. If it stays below here, we're looking for shorts, and that means let it breathe, let the market retrace, let it take a good breather, and if we have a good setup, we can take the shorts to target the trend line coming from the daily chart. That means we would go for about 50-60 points, and if that breaks, of course, those lows and the previous lows. Euro US dollar, we have an important area of previous resistance now acting as support here. We had already that low, a 1, 2, 3, and price is reacting here, so we have to see what will happen in this area. And as long as price is above this line, it's not easy to make a decision for shorts. Of course, you have more touches here, easier to spot. So let's see if we can get that break on the daily chart. If we have a daily 1 to 3, then we can use the information, this trend line, the false break, and try the shorts, or combining it with lower time frames. If it's going up, then we want to see clean break of this area. So this is the main range, or even those highs depending on the volatility, right? So if we get setups over here, I'm not too eager to find any setups, you know, to trade long. I want to see the price moving out of this whole range. It's not a big range, 250 points on a daily chart, so we'll have to see how it looks. Like for day trading and scalping, if you use the Renko charts on all those pairs, we do the analysis. Of course, the setup over here on Renkos to trade day trading or scalping is fine. You can also do the same thing for the shorts, right? Euro Australian dollar struggling at major resistance. So this is my support area on the daily chart. And if we like to take more shorts, you know, there's the bounce shorts right now, but if we want on lower time frames, it's really smart to wait for a sign like a lower high, something that is visible, showing us this reaction, and then a nice break to take the shorts. Okay, that would be ideally what we're looking for, and then we can target, of course, a long-term this line or the previous lows here, combination later on, even those lows down here. But right now it doesn't look like it, so it's not one of my favorite pairs to look at, but we'll see what happens on Monday and Tuesday. This is still going up. Everybody that is long can still stay long on GB New Zealand dollar, as of course as long as support is strong. Now for the retracement trades, it would make sense. Price moved about 900 points, and here another almost 1,000 points, that we see a retracement on the GBP New Zealand dollar pair. So we already have a lower high. We had the trend line break. Now you can leave your line like this. So I would only focus on shorts right now, look for lower lows, lower highs, and target this line. On the 1 hourly, we had something like a 1 to 3, but it was before the market closed. Not exactly what we want. This is our trend line. So let price get back ideally to this line somehow, and then look for a new trade. If you don't want to wait for this, you can use for sure lower time frames on Asian Open on Sunday night. see how it looks, and maybe get some trades, change the trend line angle on the lower time frames, place your account protection order, and try some shorts. Okay, GBP Australian dollar, same story, looks more or less like the GBP New Zealand dollar on the daily chart. Here's your 4 hourly. What we don't have on the 1 hourly chart, what we don't have on the 4 hourly was the lower high. It just broke this line. You can draw it like that now. And on the 1 hourly chart, you'll see we got to the lower highs here and the big drop. So it moved already a little bit faster than the GBP New Zealand dollar. So for sure we want to wait for retracement back to here after the next move to get into more short trades. The USD yen, again, we got that nice bounce and it really moved down fast, finding previous area of support. So this pair, when it's trending, it's really trending in both directions, but it's finding support. So we want to see how it will react. Seeing all those spikes here means that we don't have a clean direction anymore. We have major support, some trouble here. So what we really would like to see is a new break of support long term. That means either we get a new setup here and trade intraday short because support is too close, or price will react up and we get a long 1 to 3. That would be an easier scenario because the main move is still long, as long as we don't have the crossovers to the downside. So if price is moving up next week, we can start looking for long setups again on the higher but also on the lower time frames. Just wait for some kind of setups here in the 1 hourly or 4 hourly chart. And then also New Zealand dollar CHF, which I'm not too happy with. We have major support. The downtrend was perfect, but now the retracement, I would like to see another break. That means the angle of the line changed here, sorry. Okay, so previous resistance kind of became support here. Price moved up, but still we have a lower high, so we want to see that break. And you can also connect those 3 touches now and wait for a nice break in this area, like a 1 hourly, 4 hourly, 1 to 3, and only then we take the longs, because you see we have trouble at resistance. But if it really breaks up, we get a good candle, you can look for 1 hourly, 4 hourly setup, or even maybe a lower time frame 50-minute entry, or Renko chart entries here would also be fine. See the trouble here on the Renko charts. You can draw the line like that, and if you see the break, wait for M6 setups at least over here. Boom, 1 to 3, and just take the trade. Okay, target again would be those, for now, those previous highs. And then you'll see if it's volatile, you can check for targets on the daily chart. That means this is for now, previous low, previous high, about 40-50 points away later on, this area, and then this area. Okay, enjoy your trading for the week. Don't take trades too hasty. Wait for those trend line bounces and breaks. Remember, those are the profit zones, the trend lines, and whatever happens around those areas, that's what you want to focus on. Also make sure that you don't have too many pairs and just focus on the volatile ones and the ones that give you really great setups. See you soon, and bye for now.